Hello and a very good evening. This Wednesday evening, if you're watching this live broadcast so late in the evening, understand this is a breaking development. And the breaking development is about a promise that BJP is now trying to make to the people of Bengal. And it is very, very important that we identify this very promise, a new guarantee, which is on its way. Before even I start, let us make it very clear. This live is not only about the people of Bengal. This is about the northeastern states of India. This is about Manipur. This is also about Ladakh. This is about all other places where BJP has had made promises. Thus, when I say this is almost like a breaking development, you have to understand the importance of it, the significance of it. And I don't care who calls me names. If somebody, being a journalist, then a psephologist, can join BJP and become a national spokesperson, I don't care what people call me. This is directly coming to our homes. Just not my home, our homes. Promises after promises which have come from Bengal, from BJP, for Bengal, for Ladakh, for Manipur, for northeastern states, for other parts of the country, have only shown how, at times, they have only led to misguiding people. If I go back to 2017, we have seen mindless violence in the hills of Darjeeling in Bengal. We have seen mindless violence that has also led to curfew-like situation. People call it curfew, this curfew, that curfew, unrest. Hundreds of people have lost their lives. Why? Because they had then demanded a separate statehood. And who supported it? BJP. Because BJP was of the idea of smaller states. And that idea was also sold to the people of Darjeeling year after year. And that's election after election, they've somehow managed to win election. And that's just not one reason alone. There are many other reasons why BJP have managed to win it. We are not even getting in there. But when BJP wins a particular constituency as people's representative, they are also bound to represent the aspiration of people. And while being representative, using the hat and the wisdom of being the people's representative, it is imperative they realize what is good and what is not so good for the people. People of Darjeeling were sold the idea of Gorkha land. Did it happen? It did not. What happened in turn? Violence. Violence. Hundreds of people have lost their lives. And now, BJP has come up with a fresh idea that to accommodate northern part of Bengal with northeastern states. In what arrangement? We don't know. With formula, we don't know. But this is what State BJP President Dr. Sukanta Majumdar, who is also a junior minister in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cabinet, has said today. He claims he met with the Prime Minister and he has given a proposal about northern part of Bengal. They prefer calling it North Bengal. They prefer calling it northern part of Bengal. And according to him, northeastern states enjoy a lot of benefits. And if northern part of Bengal can also be accommodated in those benefits. This is what Dr. Sukanta Majumdar said after having met the Prime Minister. These are his words. Listen to him carefully.
আজ মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর সাথে আমি দেখা করেছি এবং দেখা করে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর হাতে একটি প্রস্তাব তুলে দিয়ে এসেছি আপাতত, যে একটি প্রেজেন্টেশন তুলে দিয়ে এসেছি যাতে নর্থ ইস্টের সাথে উত্তরবঙ্গে সিমিলারিটি কী কী আছে এবং তার ফলে উত্তরবঙ্গকে নর্থ ইস্টের অন্তর্ভুক্ত করা যেতে পারে, এই ধরনের প্রপোজাল আমি মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীকে দিয়েছি। এবার মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী তার বিচার করবেন এবং আগামী দিনে যদি নর্থ ইস্টের সাথে উত্তরবঙ্গ যুক্ত হয়, উত্তরবঙ্গ পশ্চিমবঙ্গের অংশ হিসেবে নর্থ ইস্টের সাথে যদি যায়, তাহলে পরে স্বাভাবিকভাবেই উত্তরবঙ্গে কেন্দ্রীয় যে প্রকল্পগুলো আছে সেই প্রকল্পের টাকা অনেক বেশি পরিমাণে পাওয়া যাবে এবং তার সাথে সাথে এই এলাকা অনুন্নত এবং এই এলাকার উন্নয়ন হবে এবং আমার মনে হয় রাজ্য সরকারেরও এতে বাধা থাকবে না বা রাজ্য সরকারের সহযোগিতা আমরা পাবো।
So you heard Dr. Sukanta Majumdar now saying that the Bengal should be included in northeastern states. I simply want to ask him, how? How would they do it? If they want to give some benefits, the benefits can still still be directed to a respective constituency, to a respective area. It's just about taking the right decision, and it's a discretion of the government. Why do you need such an arrangement that northern part of Bengal has to be accommodated with northeastern part of the country? How? Does India have, has a state called Northeast state? There are 8 sisters. There are 8 sisters. And northern part of Bengal, which starts from Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, Alipurduar, Kuch Bihar, Uttar Dinajpur, Dokhin Dinajpur, Malda. Then you have, Balughat, from where he himself is a member of. And when he says that people of northern part of Bengal have a lot of similarities with northeastern states, well, many would have a lot of disagreement with that. I travel length and breadth of Bengal. I don't see any difference between southern part of Bengal and northern part of Bengal. Yes, there is language difference, and the language difference adds to the diversity of the country. That's why India is called diverse. Even in northeastern states, not all these states, like Arunachal Pradesh, speaks a different language than Manipur. Manipur speaks Manipuri language. Sikkim speaks a different language. Darjeeling people speak a different language. You have people in Alipurduar, Jalpaiguri, Balurghat, Raiganj, Malda speak Bengali. You have people speaking the Gorkha language, the Nepali language. There are people who belong to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe community. They have their own language. People in Uttar Pradesh, they have a different language. People in Bihar, they have their own language. Bhojpuri is a different language, and that only adds to the diversity of the country. And when you say that there are a lot of similarities, what kind of similarities are you talking about? Can he say that his people, the people from the very constituency that he has been elected from, that is Balurghat, they represent more northeast than Bengal? And I also want to humbly ask, this sudden, this sudden love northern part of Bengal, where was it when Jalpaiguri, parts of Alipurduar were badly hit by a tornado on 1st of April 2024, right before Lok Sabha election? Did he go there? As a state president of Bengal, BJP, did he visit any of the affected areas? Oh, no, 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 he did not. Because he was busy with elections. For months put together, he had camped at Balurghat and did not even visit Jalpaiguri or Alipurduar or any of the affected areas of Jalpaiguri. You see those visuals? Where did I find those visuals from? They have been clicked by us because we visited the ground, and that's the reason we have a right to ask this question. Dr. Shukanto Mojumdar did not visit. And today BJP is trying to say that would want to do a lot of good for northern part of Bengal by including them, by including all the districts that come under northern part of Bengal with northeast. How? What is the roadmap? What is your agenda? Not explained. बस बोल दिया प्राइम मिनिस्टर से जाके मिलके कुछ बोल दिया, उसके बाद प्रेस में एक स्टेटमेंट दे दिया, हो गया. Like their own leaders had said that they would want northern part of Bengal to be carved out of Bengal and made into a separate state altogether. Now, if they really intend to do it, if they really want to do it, the question is very simple. Did BJP also promise 6th schedule to Ladakh? Did BJP promise 6th schedule to Ladakh? Again, I'm going to Ladakh. That's their own manifesto. In 2019 Lok Sabha election, BJP in its own manifesto had clearly mentioned, and if I can read it, declaration of Ladakh under 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. Did BJP do that? Did BJP accord 6th schedule? And what was the result? The result was, for days put together, people had protested in that beautiful, beautiful land. And we have those visuals of protest. How you know why? How you know? We have visited that place. We have been with the people of Ladakh. That's how we know. Because they felt betrayed. And that's the reason these people, enduring the weather, the unforgiving weather at times, they have registered their protest. Why? Because BJP had promised sixth schedule for Ladakh, and then they keep their promise. And let's now juxtapose northern part of Bengal has to be accommodated with northeastern states for larger benefits. अरे भाई बेनिफिट सबसे पहले मणिपुर में भेजिए. भाई बोला और कुछ गलत नहीं है इसमें. Manipur had been bleeding. Manipur had been bleeding. From 3rd of May 2023, there had been series of protests. There had been series incidents of violence. More than 200 people have lost their lives. More than 70,000 people are displaced. Many of them have not been able to go back to their homes. Many of them are still languishing at relief centers. Where is Manipur? Is Manipur in different planet? Manipur is also part of the sea of Northeast that you're trying to propagate now. What happened in Manipur? How many times has the Prime Minister visited? How many times has Prime Minister spoken about it? What has the double engine Sarkar done? And if I ask all these questions, I'm anti-BJP, thus pro-Trinamool Congress, pro-Congress, pro-opposition party, you would want to call me. How do I know about Manipur? I have visited that land. Did Dr. Shukanta Mujumdar go? Answer is big no. Did the Prime Minister go? The answer is a big no. So I have all the right to ask this question, and with this kind of aggression. If you have a roadmap, go discuss it with the state government. Can you really implement anything without taking the state government into confidence? And it's a very basic one. Like it or not, BJP is not there in power. There is no double engine ka sarkar in Bengal. There is the sarkar of Mamata Banerjee government. You can go ahead and consult with Mamata Banerjee government. That we want to do this. Even for Darjeeling, there was this arrangement called Gorkha Territorial Administration. It happened back in 2011. How did this happen? The central government, representatives of this and the state government all had come together and they had gone in a tripartite agreement, and it's called Gorkhaland Territorial Agreement. So in a way, if there has to be an arrangement done, can that be done without taking the state government into confidence? And you bounce off a surprise to the state government. You bounce off the idea to public for posturing, even without knowing whether there would be any positive conclusion out of it or not. You have spoken to the Prime Minister. Very good. You've shown your concern. What did the Prime Minister say? Like the state government claims that the state government has met with the Prime Minister, and the state government, it is a fact that Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee met with the Prime Minister over dues, and the matter is still lingering. So you communicate something, but what is the end result? The end result would equally be dependent on the other side. Who is the other side here? The central government. You are a junior minister. You have just made a proposal to the Prime Minister. What has the Prime Minister said? The Prime Minister has green signal, a go ahead. So without knowing what is the outcome of that meeting or what is the outcome of the proposal, why do you bounce it off in the public? So is the agenda to create a situation on the ground, or just create a flutter, or is the objective to be on the constructive path and do something for the land? This year, when the budget was presented yesterday by the finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman, she specifically about floods in Assam, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Bihar, and also landslides and floods in Sikkim. 5. What happened to northern part of Bengal then? Why wasn't any fund allocated for Bengal? Why wasn't funds allocated to flood affected areas of northern part of Bengal? And you also know the geography. Anybody in northeast, anybody in the northern part of Bengal, anybody who is aware of the geography would know that from hills, the river flows, and eventually that in a way creates flood-like situation. There are multiple rivers in the southern part of Bengal, and they are, zigzagging and crossing from different states of India, some even veering into Bangladesh. So northern part of Bengal is not aloof from flood-like situation. There had been floods here. There had been floods year before that. There had been cyclones after cyclones happening in the state of West Bengal. And again, I say, I've covered all of them. And that's the reason I have all the legitimate right to ask this question as a journalist. What has been the special package announced for Bengal? But special announced for Bihar. Special package was also announced for Andhra Pradesh. Two very key allies of NDA, without who the government will not be able to survive with its strength and might. And today, suddenly, Dr. Sukanta Majumdar goes and says that I've spoken to the Prime Minister about northern part of Bengal be added to Northeast. How? How? Are we trying to become Radcliffe now? We will draw our own maps. The question is very simple. The question is very, very simple. If there is a developmental program, can the developmental program come to public without a blueprint of the same very program being in place? Tell me yes or no. I want to propose something. I can propose 100 things, but every 100 proposal will not yield result. Every proposal has to be vetoed, validated, verified, ratified, sanctioned, commissioned, and then only it will become either a law or will become any kind of a policy. So without going through the process, you throw the proposal into public. Why? Because a similar idea of throwing this proposal had led to unrest in Ladakh. A similar idea of throwing proposal had created unrest in Delhi. Now you might say that I'm not responsible, we are not responsible, that's people's aspiration. Tickling people's aspirations is also like, adding fuel. Like there is something called murder and something called abandonment. Likewise, the crime being commissioned or something being commissioned by an individual and that being endorsed, patronized and supported by others is equally should be seen as an abetment. Here's what Trinamool Congress has said. Trinamool Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament Shukhendu Shekhar Roy had come out criticizing this proposal of Dr. Sukanta Majumdar, and this is what Trinamool Congress had said.
আজ কেন্দ্রের একজন প্রতিমন্ত্রী সুকান্ত মজুমদার তিনি নাকি প্রধানমন্ত্রীর সঙ্গে দেখা করে উত্তর বাংলার যে 9টি জেলা 8টি জেলা আছে সেই 8টি জেলাকে উত্তর পূর্ব ভারতের সঙ্গে যুক্ত করার প্রস্তাব দিয়েছেন। তিনি মন্ত্রী হিসেবে যে শপথ নিয়েছিলেন যে তিনি সংবিধান মেনে চলবেন, এই দাবি সংবিধানের পরিপন্থী, কারণ উত্তরবঙ্গ বলে আলাদা কোনো ভূখণ্ড ভারতবর্ষে নেই। যে 8টি জেলাকে বলা হচ্ছে উত্তরবঙ্গ সেটা আসলে পশ্চিমবঙ্গের অবিচ্ছেদ্য অঙ্গ এবং পশ্চিমবঙ্গের অন্তর্ভুক্ত 8টি জেলা। কথার সুবিধার জন্য লোকে উত্তরবঙ্গ বলে থাকে, মানে উত্তর প্রান্ত, পশ্চিমবঙ্গের উত্তর প্রান্ত। আর ওর এই কথা যদি মেনে নিতে হয় তাহলে ভারতবর্ষের সরকারকে প্রথমে মেনে নিতে হবে যে উত্তরপ্রদেশ, মধ্যপ্রদেশ, মহারাষ্ট্র, গুজরাট এই সমস্ত রাজ্যে একাধিক নতুন রাজ্যের দাবি আছে, দীর্ঘদিন ধরে স্বরাষ্ট্র মন্ত্রকের কাছে পড়ে রয়েছে। 40টি নতুন রাজ্যের দাবি সারা ভারতবর্ষ জুড়ে। সেই 40টি ভারতবর্ষের যে 40টি নতুন রাজ্যের দাবি সেটা আগে ওরা বিবেচনা করুন, তারপর বাংলা নিয়ে ভাববেন। আসলে 2011 সালে সিপিএমকে হটিয়ে বাংলার মানুষের আশীর্বাদ নিয়ে মমতা ব্যানার্জি প্রতিটি নির্বাচনে, লোকসভা নির্বাচন হোক, বিধানসভা হোক, পুরসভা হোক, পঞ্চায়েত হোক, ধারাবাহিকভাবে জিতে চলেছেন। আর ওরা আধা সেনা পাঠিয়ে হাজার হাজার কোটি টাকা খরচা করেও যখন বাংলার মানুষের মন টলাতে পারল না, তখন এটাকে একটা ভাগ করা চক্রান্ত করছে। এর বিরুদ্ধে মমতা ব্যানার্জির নেতৃত্বে বাংলার মানুষ বুক দিয়ে রুখবে।
Interestingly, as far as BJP and BJP's strength in Bengal is concerned, there is an absolute imbalance. As much as they are strong in northern part of Bengal, equally they're weak in the southern part of Bengal. In the northern part of Bengal, you have seats like Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, Alipurduar, Malda, Malda Uttor, Malda Dokhin, and then you had Raiganj, you have Balurghat, now Kuch Bihar. So out of 8 seats in northern part of Bengal, did I count it proper? Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, Alipurduar, Kuch Bihar, Raiganj, Malda Uttor, Malda Dokhin, Balurghat, Raiganj, and I'm missing out. Right, eight seats. So there are northern part of Bengal, and in those out of those 8 seats, one is with Trinamool Congress, that is Kuch Bihar, and Malda South is with Congress, Isha Khan Chaudhary, newly elected member of parliament. Rest Darjeeling, Jalpaiguri, Alipurduar, Raiganj, Malda Uttor, then you have Balurghat. All seats are with BJP. So BJP is certainly strong. Out of 12 seats that BJP has from Bengal, 6 have come from northern part of Bengal, and the remaining 6 they have won from the southern part of Bengal, which has got 34 seats. 34 seats out of 42. So there is a clear as far as BJP's strength in the state of West Bengal is concerned. Now, in the past, BJP had mooted and also bounced on the idea of separating northern part of Bengal from Bengal and make it a separate state. And that's the reason today when they say they want to add northern part of Bengal to northeast without a roadmap, without a blueprint, with letting the people know what is the mechanism. The obvious question that comes from an element of suspicion that if you have not cared to go when tornado had hit Jalpaiguri, which is also in northern part of Bengal, when Manipur had been burning, Prime Minister have not cared to go, and also Dr. Shukanta Majumdar did not care to go, which is in northeast. When Ladakh was promised 6th schedule, and Ladakh was actually had erupted in protest, where days of hunger strike had happened from people and also from activists like Sonam Wangchu. Nobody cared to go. So thus, when you make promises and thereafter there is a fallout which you do not, somehow manage to handle, obviously the question which anyone would ask with an element of suspicion: what is the objective, what is the agenda, and what is the purpose behind bouncing of this idea after Lok Sabha elections that northern part of Bengal can be accommodated with northeast for benefits? How will these benefits actually come? Not being told by Dr. Shukanta Majumdar. Questions will be asked. Definitely will be asked. For now, thank you so much for connecting with us, for not watching couple of serial and watching us. Thank you for your support. As I say, without fear, questions will be asked. Good night and take care.